Disturbing memo leaks to public on Hillary and Obama's nasty illegal plot to remove Trump. This is insane, by Michael Schiff for VeteranAF.com. The 2016 presidential election showed the American people that the Democratic Party was what was all about. And with the leaked emails from WikiLeaks, the lengths the Democratic National Committee went to in an effort to ensure their candidate Hillary Clinton received the Democratic Party nomination. When liberals failed to place Hillary Clinton in the White House, the mainstream media, along with Democrats in Washington, D.C., embarked on a path to paint President Trump as a candidate that colluded with Russian agents and subverted the democratic process. Now the Russian collusion narrative coming from the left has been obliterated, and it seems the tide is turning against all those who have been conspiring against President Trump. Yesterday, we reported on the lawsuit filed by President Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, suing BuzzFeed and DNC-funded firm Fusion GPS for $100 million. Mr. Cohen, who was a target of the DNC along with President Trump, is claiming that both parties engaged in slander with the composition and eventual publication of the now proven fake dossier funded by Hillary Clinton's campaign. Adding to the controversy, it is suspected that the Obama administration and perhaps even President Obama himself, you think, used the FBI and DOJ for the purpose of attacking their political enemies. Exactly what he was doing. Exactly. Using the FISA Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act system to obtain illegal search warrants against President Trump and his associates. Now a memo is circulating amongst Congress which may prove someone in the Obama administration, and perhaps even more than one person, may have lied to illegally obtain a warrant to spy on President Trump. They all lied. Before we get to the memo and the trending hashtag release the memo, let's rewind back to why the congressional leaders are demanding that this memo, which is still classified, be released to the public. Donald Trump Jr.'s tweet here: Americans deserve to know the contents of the memo. Democrats and deep state government officials are doing everything they can to protect those within the government who use their positions of influence to target those they disagree with politically. Release the memo, hashtag release the memo. So true. In other words, the deep state is, if you don't agree with them politically, they go after you to the high heavens, right? That's disgraceful. The public theory floating around Washington, D.C. about the Obama administration's suspected misuse of FISA and going after then-candidate Trump goes like this. Certain elements within the Obama administration allegedly attempted to get a search warrant on President Trump via an Article 3 in federal court and were denied the warrant because sufficient evidence did not exist. Then, after Obama's operatives failed in their initial attempt, they allegedly mislabeled their FISA request as a foreign agent's, but made the mistake of including Trump's name and were denied again. Finally, it is suspected that on their third attempt, Obama operatives allegedly submitted a third FISA warrant but left out Trump's name, and this final request for a FISA warrant was granted. That's where they used Cohen's name. Yesterday, Republicans in the House went on Twitter to demand that this memo they read be unclassified using the trending hashtag release the memo. What are you talking about classified? It's all garbage. You know what I'm saying? What's in there? That memo, what? To get the FISA warrant. That's it. That's the whole thing. Obama hates Trump. And you could see it when he doesn't even mention his name. What do you mean maybe Obama did it? Obama did everything, along with Hillary, alluding to the fact that the contents of the memo are extremely damning and will obliterate whatever credibility is left of special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. And that's why everybody was afraid to go after Mueller, because they know what will happen to them. That's why everybody kept on saying, oh, Mueller's history is impeccable and this and that. Remember that? It was disgusting how they kowtowed to this Mueller guy. Representative Matt Gaetz said after reading this classified memo, said it is clear, underhanded political hack job, saying in part, if the American people knew what was happening, if they saw the contents of this memo, a lot would become clear about the information that I've been talking about the last several months. The only details to be released about this memo are that it involved the DOJ, the Obama, I would say the DOJ, Obama, and Obama FBI, and then candidate Trump. Representative Matt Gaetz went on to state while he was on Fox Business Network that I think that this will not end just with firings. I believe that people will be going to jail. You don't get to try to undermine our country, undermine our election, and then simply just get fired, right? His comments definitely lend credence to the theory that the elements within the Obama administration lied to FISA judges and improperly obtained search warrants. Representative Mark Meadows also offered his thoughts on the memo after reading it and said, I viewed the classified report from House Intel relating to the FBI FISA abuses, the infamous Russian dossier and so-called Russian collusion. What I saw was absolutely shocking. I viewed that. This report needs to be released now. Americans deserve the truth. Let's take a quick listen here.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As many of you know, we have had a Russian narrative that has been going on because of an infamous dossier. And while there's been much reported on it, I can tell you that the Intel Committee has been fast at work, and Chairman Nunes has been doing outstanding work to get to the truth for the American people.
That's right.
Today, I had the opportunity to go into a confidential setting to make sure that what we can do is understand better what actually took place. And I'm here to tell all of America tonight that I am shocked to read exactly what has taken place. I would think that it would never happen in a country that loves freedom and democracy like this country. It is time that we become transparent in all of this, and I am calling on our leadership to make this available so that all Americans can judge for themselves. And I yield back.
Hallelujah. Yeah, and this country was trying to be taken over. That's what it was. If FISA warrants were obtained under false pretense, the criminal penalties are serious, but the damage to the FBI and DOJ will leave a serious black eye on government agencies, which are not supposed to be politicized. Lee Smith of the Tablet, an online Jewish news outlet, succinctly elaborates the ramifications the contents of this memo could set in motion for if the FBI and Department of Justice used a piece of opposition research paid for by a political campaign, paid for by a political opponent, actually, Hillary Clinton, as evidence for a warrant to intercept the communications of a rival campaign, and the questions asked by congressional investigators suggest that they did, then we are now living in a very different America than the one that generations of civil libertarians and small government conservatives alike desired to maintain, and which large majorities in Congress have repeatedly voted for. Mr. Smith goes on to point out the obvious that the FBI and the DOJ will be in damage control for a long time and will have to work very hard to gain the trust of conservative Americans. many of whom already feel the DOJ and the FBI are still political pawns. We do, absolutely. The DOJ, the FBI, and perhaps the CIA. Perhaps they're the worst. Would be embroiled in a scandal likely to have long-lasting and sweeping consequences for intelligence collection, national security, and the safety and privacy of American citizens, to say nothing of how it will demoralize federal law enforcement, which will appear to be mired in partisanship and political corruption. President Trump and Attorney General Jeff Sessions have not commented publicly on this memo or its contents, but it is a safe bet that both have already viewed the document, which may be the main source of President Trump's confidence that this Russian collusion investigation will fall flat on its face. And that's why Trump wanted all this investigation to take place. And we were saying, how come he's not stopping it? No, because he's allowing it. He's allowing them to hang themselves. And can you imagine? He's a very good chess player. No wonder WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, tweeted out that chessboard, that it's a win. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Unbelievable. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.